Hi, Charles. How are you doing?
If I was any better, I'd be you. That's the standard response on the Lee Gerster show. We're
Right
back
on.
again on an album I picked.
Yeah.
I'm in the holiday giving mood, I
Hmm.
believe. Because this is not something that I would pick. I think I heard of this band, but never listened to them. I have to admit, I listened to them the first time today on the review of Lee Gerst's show. Full disclosure, it came up because I sent him a track by some folk girl, and then the band linked on my Apple Music to that song, and then I listened to a couple tracks, and I thought, maybe this is something we should do, Lee. And he said, yeah. And that's the rest is history. So, what are we doing today?
We're doing an album by Hot Tuna called Burgers.
This is their first true studio album, Lee.
Their first?
Albums were live albums, right? That's what I read.
All right. I'm not going to say no. I'm not, a particular knowledgeable person about them, even though I probably heard most or some of their albums and know a lot of their history, but it's all one ear and out the other for me, except I know the first album of theirs that I had was called Hopkorv, and then I also had an album that might have been called Yellow Fever, and either that's the album or the name of the song, and I might have had this on cassette, but if I did, it was one of those that I heard once and then the cassette kind of didn't work anymore, so it's kind of like I didn't really have it, but I heard it before.
Well, cassettes, that's a funny thing. We reviewed that Frank Zappa album, Dynamo Home, which was on a weird mixed cassette that was found at the YMCA. Sometimes there's some weird stuff you can find on cassettes, and then they just get ate up by the machine.
Yeah.
Maybe Hot Tuna should have been ate up, or maybe it shouldn't have. I don't know, but this is basically, for the most part, there's a couple different people in there. I know the fiddle player. The fiddle is prominent in this record.
Yeah.
But for the most part, this is like the core of Jefferson Airplane.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong. Without Grace Slick and
Paul Kantner and Marty Ballin.
Yeah. Not that great Starship singer, Mickey Thomas.
I finally found his first solo album on download, the one that nobody knows.
Oh boy.
And I actually heard it again after all these years. I had a sealed copy of it. There were like tons and tons of sealed copies for only 50 cents each.
I bet. You got ripped off, probably.
Oh, I'll save what I think for later.
But anyway, this is the great Jack Cassidy on bass.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Kokkonen.
Kokkonen on guitar and vocals for the most part. We get a couple surprises here and there on this album, but for the most part, don't know the rest of the guy. Oh, I do know the violin's name later on, but he wasn't in Jefferson Airplane. But this was just a random pregnancy pick from yours truly, and Lee was nice enough to give it a whirl. He might have had the cassette, he may not have. It might have got eaten up. We don't know. But this is Hot Tuna Burgers, and I'm ready to go, Lee.
Yeah, I will say Papa John Creech was on one live album of Jefferson Airplane, which is one of the best albums live that I have ever heard. So we need to review it later.
I would say yes.
But for the most part, he started with Starship. Yeah, but anyway. Okay, you can start. What do you think of the song, Highway Song?
Well, I thought it was True Religion.
Oh, well then, I might have a different order, but then you can correct me, but I have True Religion. So, okay.
True Religion first.
Okay, either way, as long as we get through the songs, who cares? Anyway, what do you think of True Religion?
Well, what can I say, man? Jack Cassidy. The bass work is great. I actually quite enjoy the fiddle in this song. It fits perfectly. And I'm digging old Jordan's vocals on this track. This one has a great saloon-type blues feel to it. Like, this is what you'd love to hear in a dusty old saloon. And the shift in tempo makes it get pretty hot, actually. This is a solid little blues number that also has a bit of a toe tapper feel to it. This one actually gets better as it goes along, and then adds a pretty smoking electric guitar solos to it. One you have to ride it out and go with. This is a good opener with some twists and turns that keeps my attention. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay, I put this as a good working of a blues song. If not a complete cover tune, at least an interpolation of one or more blues songs, but done the Hot Tuna way, where it kicks some dust and grooves pretty well. I dig it.
Yeah.
So, is Highway Song the next song?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I could enjoy this song hearing it while cruising down the highway. It's got a good groove to it, maybe a little bit mellow, but after a while it picks up, and it is kind of like what Working Man's Dead by the Grateful Dead should have sounded like. It's cool. What do you think?
More violin here, integrated more as a lead instrument. A highlight on the bass guitar. We get some harmonized vocals here with help from the hippie messiah, David Crosby, which is a bit different from the opener. But this is another solid little blues number that is practically a showcase for Jack Cassidy's killer bass work. So we are 2 of 2 thus far.
Right on. I'm going to guess what the next song is because I don't know, but it's 99 Year Blues, right?
Correct.
Okay, then I guess I only was very slightly off. What do you think of 99 Year Blues?
A cover of an old blues song written by Julius Daniels. And that's more of that western saloon feel here. Great acoustic guitar, and the violin is fantastic. Supplied by that late, great Tommy John Creech, I might add. He has a really nice sound in this tune. Just some good down-home blues played by a tight band here. Getting a feeling this is going to be one of those albums I'm going to run out of compliments for. This is another solid track here, 99 Year Blues.
Okay, I put this has a good enough sound to it, except it doesn't really get off the ground, and the one chord only song structure gets boring after a while, so I could see myself skipping this only because it's not interesting enough for me. Alright, now for Sea Child. They play quite well here, and the musical interplay is cool, but the song is a bit meandering and doesn't hold something steadily rocking for my taste. The combination of mellow song and heavy arrangement seems imbalanced for my taste. What do you think?
Well, this one is the first more of what I call rocking tune here. Electric guitar and perhaps was put to maybe fit in with sounds of that time. Not quite as traditional blues sounding. More of an in the moment type rock song. I mean, it's got a nice flow to it, anchored again by Jack Cassidy's great bass playing. Some some decent guitar work, not great, decent. That almost goes a bit too off the deep end, but it gets brought back in the time, right at the right time. It was almost a little too deep. But I do dig the tune, but it seems out of place on this record a bit. But I would like it on its own. Like, maybe it wasn't on the album.
Okay, I agree it's out of place, but I don't agree that I like it. But anyway, what do you think of? No, I kind of do. What do you think of Keep On Truckin'?
A Blind Boy Fuller cover here, and we're back into that down-home watering hole type deal. Plenty of acoustic guitar and that killer fiddle. Great vocals here, and Cassidy actually gets sounds out of that bass. It almost sounds like a tuba at points, which is actually killer, as that instrument doesn't get enough love. And that instrument would have worked here. But hey, Jack Cassidy can get the bass to sound like a tuba, so the hell with it. Yes, this is what I signed up for. Keep on trucking.
All right, I put this is a little bit more integrated in the way I like. If I had to pick between this sound and the sound of the last song, I'd pick this, because the song works with the arrangement. It's so far one of the better songs on here. Yeah. Now for Water's song. Okay, this was pretty much an imitation of Tom Rush's song Rockport Sunday, but less interesting. And it meandered a bit more than to my liking. I could easily skip this. What do you think?
Yeah, it's an instrumental written by Shorma Kilcoyne, which is kind of in that sea child type thing for me. It's a solid instrumental, but it just seems a bit out of place. Like, perhaps hold this and the other one for B-sides and make the whole album the other style, because this kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It's very well played. I can't say it's bad, but out of place on this album.
Okay, what do you think of Ode to Billy Dean, or Ode for Billy Dean?
Well, we get another electric number here, but we added the violin, and while not the down-home type thing, this fits in. As has that cool blues feel, which is what this band is about seemingly. This is the right kind of branch-out type sound from the more saloon-sounding tracks thus far. I have to believe, better or worse, that Dave Matthews gets some influence from this group. Probably worse, because I can't stand Dave Matthews. But, the integration of violin throughout the album, because the violin is prevalent here. A solid blues rock track that fits in with this album, unlike those other two. So it jams pretty hard, actually. Ode to Billy Dean.
Okay, I put, finally a truly great song. This could have been the first song on the album, and the first impression people would have received would be a lot better. But I guess they wanted to put it on later, so the patient people who listened to the other songs would finally get a treat. Okay, now for Sunny Day Strut.
Let us get tighter right down here.
What?
Let us get tighter right down here.
Oh yeah, I remember that I heard it, and I forgot to write the review for it, but okay, I remember hearing it. It was a fun little kind of acoustic song. It seemed to be a little bit sort of filler, but the best filler so far. All right, what do you think?
Maybe. Our third and last cover on the record, a Reverend Gary Davis number, and we're back in that cool saloon acoustic guitar and fiddle galore here type of song, and it has a sing-along type feel to it. Has gang vocals, nice touch. Wanted to have everyone raise their glasses and sing along too. One little type party type atmosphere to this number. Tuna does a great job of keeping the down home feel, have a bit of bite, because they could so slide into like a country thing, but they stay out of that lane somehow. It's still got a little rock feel to it. So, like the other down home type tracks, I dug this one.
Okay. Now, what do you think of Sunny Day Strut?
Well, interestingly enough, we go out with an instrumental. It seems appropriate choice, as this would have been almost like you can't go home, but you can't stay here feel. Well, this one is almost progressive in its approach. It keeps it down-home instrumentation in a very fresh way. I mean, what can I say? I've been nothing impressed overall with this album. Even the ones that I thought were a bit of a miss, I would just say thematically, the songs themselves were good. A damn fine album, this one, and glad I took a swing here for the fences. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay, I put very best song on the album. I love the arrangement, and the song itself is very cool and a bit different, and really worth hearing. I give it a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, it wasn't a horrible experience to do the hot tuna burgers on the Lee Carson show.
Yeah, it was okay.
Not a bad pick.
Yeah, it was an okay pick.
Coming soon, some more hot tuna, folks.
Yeah, we'll be doing some of their better work.
This one gets like the best reviews. We'll see. I don't know.
They were a group that went from merely okay to better. So this is the merely okay, and so I'm looking forward to the better work.
You know, I can't say that I can even say that's not true, because this is the most hot tuna I ever heard.
Oh, well, it's one that a lot of the hippies who buy albums for 50 cents would get.
Well, I mean, they had David Crosby, the king of the hippies, on this one track, so
Yeah.
just that alone will pay 75. So.
Well, a lot of the women who looked like David Crosby bought it. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Well, and now you're talking me out of it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
it wasn't. Yeah.
but yeah.
For random pick, Jack Cassidy and Jack Cassidy and old Jorgen, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Jorma Kokkonen. He's still around too.
They both two are still alive, and they still tour as Hot Tuna.
And Jorma does stuff like his 90th year birthday and stuff like that.
I would probably go check out the Hot Tuna live. So hopefully they do some more stuff, and God bless them for staying with us. And those are two, especially Jack Cassidy. He's an underrated bass player. And I had fun doing this. That's all I can say. Whether
right on.
Worth it or not, this is definitely your alley, baby. Come on.
Yeah.
It's your kind of thing.
Yeah. I was surprised how you picked stuff from my time period.
It's called Christmas.
Thank you.
That's what it's called.
I have a pick for Christmas.
So do I. It's the Chipmunks. So
I have a really weird one for Christmas.
Well, the Chipmunks Christmas album's pretty fucking weird. So.
But we're talking about an album with Minnie Riperton on vocals.
Oh, she's fantastic. Whoa!
And she was involved in a Christmas album. I'll put it to you like this.
Wow. I can't wait to have my ears shattered by Minnie Riperton's crazy soprano vocals.
That's not what make you cover your ears. She doesn't sing. She doesn't sing screeching.
Okay, I can't wait. And so we got 2 Christmas reviews coming this year. Last year was Beach Boys, which was fantastic.
Huh.
We'll see if the Chipmunks and the Unknown album with Minnie Riperton
Yeah.
can hold a candle.
Yeah.
I think Chipmunks might hurt our ears a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take care, everybody.
It was fun, so thanks for having me back. Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye-bye.